Today we are showing you a tutorial on how to install CruzArmor onto this HogWorkz RushMoore color matched pearl white lower vented fairing. First step, we're going to go ahead and well, look at this. The areas we need to really protect is that front dome area, and then the area also around the vent and vent door opening, and then again that dome area, the whole top, that little nub where the crash bar goes in, and then the side areas where your boots hit, and then where it wraps underneath. So we're going to go ahead and start by making sure everything's clean. Spray everything with alcohol first, make sure all the wax and oil's off. Now we're going to spray with the soapy water right here. Make sure everything's soaped up good with the slip solution, and bring the kit piece over. Make sure that it is sprayed well both sides, just the wetter the better anytime with CruzArmor. And now with the soapy solution, you can just slide it into place, so you can move it around, spray it. This is with the soapy slip solution. Again, you can find exactly where you want it. We're going to start up at the top here. We have it laying down the top to the right here, and so we're going to just line it up and squeegee out the soapy water. This isn't really anchored. If you tug on it too hard, it will move. So you can kind of readjust a little bit. If you need to lift it and spray with soap, you can, but this is right where it is. This is where we want it, so we're hitting it with the alcohol, squeegeeing out that alcohol, which now that is locked down. And you want to make sure and squeegee it out with enough pressure to get all the liquid out. You don't want to leave bubbles behind. So now I put a little soap down in that gap, and now we're going to put some alcohol out here at the end, because we're going to stretch this downward or to the left there, so that it'll lay down in that valley and go where it's supposed to down below underneath. And you find that spot where it fits perfect down on that lower bottom. Tack it with your thumb. Just give it a little pressure with your thumb there. And if that alcohol was under there, it'll stick. So now you just go ahead, squeegee out that curve with the soapy solution, spraying it with some soap on top as well, so that your squeegee slides nicely. And just squeegee everything out, making sure that those lines are right where you need them, where you wanted them to go. If you need to readjust, you can. Okay, so go ahead and wipe it down. Make sure and wipe it with the grain of the material, so to speak, so you don't wipe up against the edges. So this thing on the side and this lower bottom is good and wrapped. You want to look it all over also and make sure that there's nothing coming up. We want to make sure this little edge along this edge is completely squeegeed out. Any little liquid along that edge, as well as up along this edge where that alcohol is. You just want to make sure all your edges are down and good to go. So let's move to this dome. Intimidating, but actually fairly easy. We just want to start, soap everything up good. We're going to start with this one outer corner. Again, we're looking at the top of this, top left corner of that lower fairing. So this lower corner of that dome is all we're really concerned with right now. We're going to go ahead, and we've soaped it before, got it where you want it. Alcohol now, and we're just alcohol on that little edge, so get it exactly where you want it. Just the little thing between the hole for the crash bar and down below here, and squeegee that out. So that's anchored completely, and you're just going to kind of work our way around. After that piece is good and clean, everything's stuck, there's no bubbles. Now we're just going to kind of move to this next little area above that hole for the cutout for the crash bar, and we're going to alcohol that, give it just a little tension along this lower line where my thumb is, and then if that's all lined up, go ahead and squeegee it out. Again, make sure everything's out, all the bubbles, all the alcohol, give it good pressure. And now we're going to move up towards the top of the side there, the side just before the dome. And we're not worried about going up over the top yet. We're just worried about kind of around that crash bar hole. And get it to lay flat. And it looks good. If it's not lining up right here, you can tear it off, re-soap it, and start over. But this is looking good, so we're going to go ahead and squeegee the alcohol right there. And now, up on the top, this is where we're going to want to stretch it. So we want soap up there so that it can move while it stretches. And then we're going to put alcohol down on these tabs. And we want our fingers and the tabs. We want really good alcohol down here, because what we're going to do is grab these and literally just stretch them downward. And so you want to make sure your fingers aren't slippery so you can get a good hold. and pull that. And you'll pull and you'll watch it go over that dome and completely hug it. And when you get to that point, you kind of make sure it's lined up down by your fingers where you want them, and just use your finger as a squeegee almost, pressing that thumb along, squeegeeing out the alcohol. If it doesn't stick, you need to try it again, spray some more alcohol. But now it's just squeegeeing out everything in between. Again, just making sure everything's lined up, making sure everything's laying properly. If it's lifting, which it's kind of under some tension right there, so you want to get some alcohol in there before it completely pulls up, and squeegee that down as well so that that's locked down. And kind of do the same with this other side and all the way around the crash bar cover. And we're going to put a separate piece there, but just get all the edges squeegeed out. Make sure there's no bubbles remaining. Look at it in different angles. And now we're going to go ahead and put that piece on the, like I say, that little crash bar housing. And that's facing forward. Now you're looking at the radiator side, or the vent, the opening side of the lower fairing. So we're going to go ahead and put that right on the front. Adjust it so you can see it a little better. And then with soap, again, we've been using soapy water so that that thing can slide around. And now you're just going to find exactly where you want it. Rotating it kind of up and down will change if that line is not lining up correctly. So you'll just find exactly where that goes. You'll find a nice spot. And you want it up against that other piece. And when it's exactly where you want it, take your squeegee and just lightly kind of first in the middle, and then you can go ahead and squeegee it. If it moves or slides, you may need to spray just a little bit of alcohol under it, but typically after you've soaped it and moved it around, that thing should stick fine. So yeah, we just finished squeegeeing out all of the alcohol. Then we can go ahead and start wiping everything down. Again, you want to be very careful not to wipe up against the edges. If you find a bubble or any liquid, squeegee it out right now. You don't want to squeegee out towards the anchors. You want to try and go out through where there was only soap, like up on the top here. That was all soap. The front of this is completely protected. You have this whole front main area and the sides that get pelted with rocks, and that little piece that goes over the crash bar. So that is all protected. Fantastic. So now we're going to work on this frame kind of around the vented opening here. So let's get it set down. So we're going to, again, start with soap. Make sure everything's washed up and slippery with the slip solution. Make sure your film is wet, keeping everything super wet. When you look at the film, you're going to see on one end it has a little kind of a step up. You'll see a little ledge where it gets wider, where the other one is just the same width. So yeah, you find where the little step up is, where the other side is just smooth all the way around. So it's, yeah, knowing where those are so you're not putting them down upside down or backwards and getting dirt or anything on them. So yeah, get the position before you lay it down. And now it's just a matter of, we're going to use the alcohol, and we're going to start with this one corner. So this is the upper corner up by the dome there. And you want to make sure that it's not overlapping towards the vent opening. You don't want that because it'll catch your microfibers or whatever you're cleaning. So this little corner, you want to make sure it's on the paint. And totally squeegee it out with the alcohol, which will anchor that corner down. And now we can just go ahead and lift it and just squeegee out all the little bubbles. And you want to make sure kind of overlapping strokes so that you're not leaving anything underneath. You just squeegee that out smoothly. And so now that whole kind of upper edge is done. And now we're going to work away from that. So on this top piece with that little step, we're going to soap it first and now put a little alcohol out on the tip. And that way when we stretch it just a little, we just want a little tension to bring it out around the corner, and that'll help it kind of flop over the edges. Go ahead and squeegee out any of the liquid, roll it up over this top edge. And again, just all those edges, be gentle. Don't squeegee up against the edges. And just look at it in different angles, different lighting, so that you can make sure that you're not leaving any bubbles behind. Now with the soap spray, we're going to start working our way down and then around the bottom of the lower fairing. So with the soap, again, we just sprayed it under here, and now we're going to just position it, and now we're taking the alcohol on this corner so that we can tack it down. So it's just a matter of just manipulating it, moving it so that it's exactly where you want it, down to the corner. And now this corner is locked, and now you're just going to turn the corner just a little bit with the alcohol on the corner, and you'll lock that corner exactly where you want it. Using your thumb, kind of in fingers, I'm pressing down into the, like when you got it right where you want it. All you're concerned with is where your right hand, where my right hand is, and to the right of it. You really aren't trying to line up that leg that goes under the bottom yet. It actually will be going off to the left right now. And when you lift it now and kind of turn it to the right, it helps it lay down underneath there. So it's all these things are needed to make it lay down just right. So that, again, some alcohol, squeegee everything out. Give that a little tension so it lays down properly, and wipe it down. And bam, that thing is protected and ready for the road. And these things get beat up, so CruzArmor. So you're protected. Self-healing film that light scratches will just heal by themselves. Hydrophobic, bugs and mud will wipe right off. All of this stuff, if you ever get something that damages it, you can have that one piece replaced. Contact us. And when you remove this stuff, even 8-9 years from now, it won't leave the adhesive and glue. So get protected. Get CruzArmor.